Have you ever thought about how much your S3-sexual health can affect your whole health? Did you know that some women who eat their partners might get a boost in their immunity system, or that having S3X every day could in fact help stop life-threatening things like cancer? So stay tuned, because today we're going to look at crazy facts about S3X that are all backed up by expert studies that could change the way you see everything. Get close. You won't want to miss these. Some strange facts that could lead to then you can live a happier, better life if you haven't joined our channel yet. Still, I urge you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay informed about all updates. I can't wait to hear our new material. What are your thoughts on today's topic? If you like the information, please leave a comment. If the information below doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your opinion is very important, as it helps me make better videos. Make sense for you? And now let's get beginning. Did you know that some women who eat their partner's seed might get a boost in their immunity, and that having S3X regularly could in fact help stop life-threatening health problems like cancer? If that strikes you, pay attention. You're about to get a treat, because I'm going to show off some truly mind-blowing S3X connected facts that are all backed by science. Look into this. You won't want to miss it. To begin, let us hear a shocking revelation. Did you know that every 7,000th woman is born without a vaginal opening? This is called a vaginal genesis. Until puberty, most people don't notice, putting many young women on an unexpected and deeply emotional journey to learn more about their bodies. What happens when you discover something profound can change your life? This is only just barely scratching the surface of the S3-sexuality and women's bodies. Health. Here's another question that might surprise you. A study done in North America showed that women who people often use emojis in their messages are more likely to send. If the conditions are right, they can be naked. This little thing shows how modern putting technology and human feeling together has changed the way we talk to each other. Expressing our wishes and getting close. Let's talk. Talking is fun. Did you know that a simple, soft lick on the neck or a kiss on the ears can send a wave of pure happiness to the body of a woman, especially in her vaginal parts? These are very sensitive spots, and getting them to work can almost instantaneously arouse, making the link between two people in a close moment the magic of these. You can't say enough about sensual touches. When we talk about the wild side of S3X, let's take a short trip to the animal kingdom. At this time, the black widow spider She was well known for her dangerously large stomach during or right after S3X if she's hungry. She could eat her partner, and on especially hungry days, she can eat as many as 20 men every day. It's a scary reminder of the raw basic impulses that are still there under the skin of all living things. This also applies to love and desire. Now, if you want to get back together with having joy in your own life, I have something special for you after 60. You, my digital book, are finding it again. Being S3-sexually intimate and healthy after age 60 is packed full of useful tips and emotional wisdom to help you get back on track. The spark in your relationship, you're dealing with physical problems, or I just want to strengthen your emotions, this book will help you have a stronger bond with your partner. If you want a passionate and satisfying love life, make sure you click on the first one that's saved. Add a review to get your copy right now. Only a few spots are left, so don't miss out. Missing this chance could change your life. Coming back to us, studies done by the Association of American Sociologists show that the most intense, mind-blowing S3X takes place when you're deeply in love with your partner. The mental link is a very important part of making physical pleasure stronger, turning everyday events into, even so, there were some amazing ones. About 70% of guys would still rather not. Having S3X while their partner is menstruating is a process that starts a new talk about how to comfortably communicate and understand how people feel about having friends if you have a keen sense of smell. A stronger S3-sexual experience smells like things like sweat or vaginal discharge that are full of pheromones, and they can increase pleasure and make closeness even. These chemical signs are more electrifying, connect with your primal selves more deeply, increasing desire and making the tie stronger. Between friends, so stay with me. We're only beginning to talk about how interesting, complicated, and powerful our S3-sexuality really is. Orgasms can make sperm better. Quality. Yes, having S3X often can not only boost fertility, but also cause healthy, better quality sperm by cutting down on DNA damage in sperm. This finding gives people hope for couples who have mild problems getting pregnant. Bringing up the fact that regular closeness can join the fight against creation problems, it's an interesting example of how well the human body is set up for both fun and getting pregnant. Talk about masturbating alone for fun. Solo S3X, which is another name for it, has its own special perks, such as Anna, who is a doctor from Istanbul. Turkey. Having S3X by yourself can help. Having self-confidence gives you a know about your body and leaves you besides being S3-sexually satisfied. It has a lot of the same physical aspects and is as good for your emotions as having S3X with a partner, but with the extra bonus of being unique. Exploration and getting to know yourself in a world where getting close to others can sometimes feel hard. Gives people a safe and effective way to not forget to connect with yourself. How strong a mental link is that? After having S3X, two people spend more time together. Your body makes oxytocin, which is also known as the hormone that makes you feel deeply connected and incredibly calm. This hormone is not only with your partner, it makes you feel closer to someone, but it can also help partners accept each other. In fact, one study showed that when a nose spray was given to strangers with oxytocin in it, they started to trust each other more. This hormone has amazing power in building mental bonds. Now let's talk about the S3-sexual range of people. Did you know that a lot of lesbian, gay, and bisexual people have had straight relationships? Events in their youth. But they still stay true to who they are. On the other hand, some straight people have had S3s with the same people, but keep calling themselves straight. S3-sexuality is deep, complicated, and changing. There's formicophilia, and then there's personal, a specific desire to have bugs or worms crawl on the body, even though many people find it strange, but it's a sign of the wide range of human S3-sexual things guys like and are interested in. Keeping up with your S3X life is more. Not only is it fun, it's also good for. In the long run, having S3X at least once a week has been connected to a lower chance of getting a heart disease or stroke. And not only diabetics, but guys with having regular S3-sexual activity is almost certainly more likely to live in the past. At age 80, this makes a picture of how being physically close is linked for general health, longevity, and one more common type is vigorous group S3X. A lot of people have S3-sexual fantasies, and it's interesting that more than half of those people who dreamed about it have actually made it a S3-sexual fact at some point. We have more dreams than we think. They can be anything from tame to wild, they all play a part in the complicated web of S3-sexual. In the meantime, about 1% of the world's population identifies as S3-sexual. This means they don't have strong having a S3-sexual desire for someone who is S3-sexual. Is another part of the different ways in which people feel their S3-sexuality. When we talk about origins, did you know that researchers think an old animal? The first person to survive was Dortha, also known as Fad. Being on Earth to have S3-sexual reproduce this important event took place about 30 million years ago, seeing the start of a process that has continued to change in intriguing ways since then. From the Stone Age to today's office, romances are S3-sexual. The behavior has become a part of the people's lives. In fact, about 1 in 5 people have S3X with a coworker. A friendly warning that closeness is its way into our everyday lives. Even a study by Match.com found that at work, 44% of single people say they've had an orgasm. Almost every time they have S3X with someone they've been close to before, like an ex-partner. This figure shows how important comfort, trust, and feelings are for getting S3-sexual. Sometimes I feel good about knowing someone. Well, this can lead to more satisfying things. Having S3-sexual situations that show that it is not only about the body but also about ties that are mental and emotional. Have you experienced that feeling before? An ache goes up your back while putting on a strong piece of music? That's called a skin orgasm. Free one, and it's not just for the study of music, shows this. A pleasant feeling can be caused by videos that are works of art or even a connection with someone interesting. Free one is cool because you never know when something will happen. Or why it might take place, but when it does, it seems like your whole body comes full of feelings now when it comes to each woman experiencing pleasure in bed differently. Like a flower, each person is unique. ICT way to get an orgasm with nerve endings in her genitalia. that were spread out in a way that is unique and only for her. This being special means that what makes one a woman at the peak of pleasure may not do the same thing for another, and while vaginal orgasms are those rhythmic cramps that are intense, that in fact the uterus is trying to pull sperm inside a wonderful uncontrolled response connected to the body's reproductive system, estrictual urges for men. The journey of estrictual. To be satisfied, it can take some interesting, unexpected turns and twists. A lot of estrictual lovers over a lifetime doesn't always lead to greater real happiness. Guys may even find that they get less pleasure from being estrictual when their last meeting was with someone they really care about, but those strong emotional ties can most of the time lead to more pleasure, trouble getting an erection, and less pain during S3X. It's a contradiction that shows how being close emotionally and physically is, at the same time, more than half of young people, 18 to 24 years old, say that their last sleep partner was only a chance hookup that sheds light on the changing principles of modern. Let's talk about oral S3X while we're together. It might be thought of as better than there are other kinds of S3X, that it's not without chances that the exchange of fluids can still spread diseases. So it's important to be careful. It's interesting and erotic. Biting has become a common way to get people to both men and women, with about 55% of women, and among men, 50% saying they enjoy being bitten during private times. This harmless act of violence can make feeling what it's like to blend S3Xs. Fun ways to feel pain and pleasure. Did you know that the word clitoris has divine roots and comes from the Greek word that means goddess or god, which shows the respect and power that this small but powerful organ holds in the realm of happiness for women when it comes to the right to come? Both men and women have their own unique ways to get high, for it is possible for men to have anal orgasms. Activating the prostate, also known as the P-spot, can occur during anal S3X. An orgasm so powerful, it's unforgettable. Similarly, women are under pressure to perform well. A spot close to the cervix can set off waves of deep pleasure that happen a lot. It is said to be extremely satisfying. When you want to get a woman to like you, heart and body come in many forms. The fact that some women like a kiss on the stopping the neck with more than 97% is not possible, seeming it as one of the most S3X-y spots on their bodies, but when it comes to the GS spot fame, not all women feel it the exact same way and where it can differ for each woman. And here's something intriguing only about not even 1% of women can get an orgasm through nipple stimulation to be the only thing that who can have an experience of, without a doubt, the world of. There are many kinds of S3X joy, and always intriguing from free one to when someone comes, their body holds a sense that are truly one of a kind, ready to be discovered if you are still. See this video and find these. Thanks for the lessons. Please leave a review. Please fill out the form below to confirm your status for both men to watch this video with me. And for women, oral S3X is the ultimate fantasy that often sparks fire and intimacy, among a few other acts. Does it offer a strong link? Especially for women who can go through an amazing orgasm that lasts anywhere from 3 seconds to an amazing 51 seconds. It is indeed possible. Of course, women can ejaculate, but it's not. It is important to know that squirting, both ejaculation and orgasm, looks great. Each event is different, but linked to the others. With its own strong sensations, this part of the body is full of 8,000 square feet of luxury homes, twice as many nerve ends as in the penis, which makes it unbeatable. It is a place where S3X ecstasy happens, despite only 18% of people who find piercings fascinating. It is possible for women to orgasm most of the time. The magic is under the surface. Gently move in smaller movements, activating the G-spot instead of deep thrusts. It's at these times of pleasure that the whole female brain is ready to dive. It lights up like fireworks. Back into waves of happiness, but even this could be heartbreaking. 30% of women say it's hard for them to reach out, with 1 in 10 never having tasted how sweet this difference was. Often brings up a greater need for being open, accepting, and talking to each other. As a general rule, women have more orgasms that are regular and satisfying in partnerships that are committed compared to brief one-night meetings where there isn't enough personal closeness. Gently kissing a woman while she enjoys each other's sleeps or fantasies can bring people together on that goes beyond the physical weaving, turning a S3X and mental connection into a powerful time exploring. Wanting to be together is a close dance that makes love stronger and trust stronger, but you have to have guts to be honest about what really sets you on fire. Touch is what lights the flames of love. It's not the only way to make people happy. The clitoris, for instance, is still a very tender area that needs care. Pay close attention. There are 8,000 nerds. Ask for kindness and attention in a well-groomed partner. It is still an important part of the groin. It is sensitive, and simple things like a beard that isn't clipped can be painful. Exercise and living an active life are very important for the attraction. Women are usually interested in guys who are. They remain fit despite their physical condition. Perfect isn't just about how you look, but the drive and assurance that being active can bring to the unfortunately unhappy with one's bedroom. A shockingly large number of people have S3 lives. Suffering in silence in the 69th spot, being praised for its simultaneous most of the time. Excitement is what the feelings it gives you while in positions. Doggy styles, for example, offer deeper penetration that a lot of guys find very strong and satisfying in an interesting way. The power of smell is also a source of attraction. Testosterone is the main hormone in being a man, can make women want you, and there are even loans that look like this. Enticing smell that makes S3sexual. There was stress in relationships where when partners are too much alike, it may not always last the test of time. Disagreements between partners often lead to adding that spark of interest and unpredictability, and as time goes on, particularly during times like menopause, a woman's S3sexual wants may change. Sometimes she gets bigger as her body changes. Along with this, emotional closeness grows. Being physically close and noticing these changes is important for keeping a strong and joyful friendship, at the core of all close relationships. Is conversation and respect for each other shared joy and taught proper satrexuality can tear down walls of stress, and having shame makes room for more being happy in a close relationship. Changing standards and getting work together to find answers that work for everyone, what both partners need is important after every kind of pleasure, is we should explore and love this journey and honor together sapios. Sexuality is a fascinating idea where it depends on how smart a person is, great for people who want to get laid. To spot a sapios, the sexual person, it's not about the at first, it's the exciting talks, the humorous comments, and the depth of thought that makes true attraction. But as we learn more about how complicated sexuality is, it's important to bust some myths that have spread through society, like also known as dead vagina syndrome. A false idea says that a woman could lose sensation from having S3X a lot, but that's not at all true. Women's bodies are made to have fun, and they can only enjoy it so much. As long as both parties agree to the experience, it is interesting and fun. One way that really emphasizes the mental link is this. This is the correct way to achieve a physical climax, where attention moves from pleasure to this soul-deep tie between two people. Something strong to tell us that closeness is about more than just getting to the top. It's about getting to an emotional level. And mental level that may be in the long run, it benefits many people. Attracting women is more than just how you look. But that doesn't mean that care doesn't mean men who look after themselves, who cut their hair or kept it neat. Birds often find that they get more. They're interested in their partners. It's an easy and powerful way to show self-respect that can't be denied. An appealing S3sexual dream is another one. An important part of having good S3X is making up stories that can spark desire again, making things more exciting and new. In a relationship, it's not crazy for when people experience a surge of longing, getting to know a new partner, because the joy of something new wakes you up. Robert says that dormant feelings, Sternberg's idea of love, explain every connection that is made up of three main parts, things like closeness, fire, and commitment. How these three things mix together makes different kinds of love, from an intense fling to a deep, long-lasting relationship. The alliance is another interesting part of S3sexuality, how we connect with each other. Regardless of whether the style is safe or avoidant, being nervous changes how we feel. Closeness and a safe connection often lead to satisfying, safe S3sexual experiences, while avoidant or anxious styles may lead to problems with risk. Or closeness that some people even feel a thing called persistence. Genital arousal disorder, in which the excitement takes place without a sexual trigger, is even more proof of how complicated it is. People also want to know that a sexual drive doesn't just go away as people get older. As they age, their sexual wants and needs may change. They change, but they don't go away. Smell is a crucial sense. Role in getting people excited at any age. Whether it comes from a person's natural body, desire can be sparked by chemistry or a scent. In unexpected ways. Even outside factors in the same way that the weather can affect S3 When the weather is warmer, there is usually an increase in preferred music is also a significant factor, a tool that can make you feel something. And a sensual environment that makes let's talk about something else now. That many people avoid but is important for men's S3 health and S3 dysfunction. One problem that a lot of guys have is deeply painful on a mental level, leading to thoughts of not being good enough and strained. Even so, there is hope for partnerships. Studies have demonstrated that practicing yoga can make physical performance better. Flexibility can help lower stress even. It's a holistic way to increase S3 drive. An approach that gives guys the power to regain these days, having faith in the bedroom in this day and age. Online S3 has become a new area of closeness, where S3 online action takes place instead of in person based on the amount of the discussion and agreement between the users. For users, it can either be improved or hurt a friendship on the one hand. Long-distance calls can be made via couples to stay close, but one way is that it can cause stress. Dissatisfaction if it turns into replace a real link in the same way. Small acts of kindness show a lack of love. A hug, kiss, or caress can leave you feeling better. How partners are feeling mentally and being S3 unsatisfied, showing how important physical touch is in keeping the relationship going. If you are still seeing this video and finding these, thanks for the lessons. Please leave a second review. Please fill out the form below to confirm your status. Recently watched this video with me. Years of polyamorous relationships have changed. Got attention by questioning the old ideas about marriage. Such ethics is the foundation of partnerships. Open conversation when there are people agree to be in a relationship. A clear bond is a brave move. One step toward rethinking what love means can look good and work for some inevitably and beautifully. It's important to note that some people get S3 aroused by the strangest places for food, and what you eat, how things smell or taste, can make you want something, making it unique. Feelings that are erotic and connected. Two of the best things in life, food and friends. When it comes to drawing people, a woman, there are many things that each play is as unique as the person. While a lot of attention has been paid to, remember, the G-spot. It's not the same for every woman, and its location can change slightly, from person to person, but one area that's almost always thought of. The neck is erotica, and over 97% of women love getting kissed there because it's a zone that is very sensitive and can spark strong desire that won't go away. Did you know that about 1% of orgasms can only happen to women through nipple stimulation, which is proof of a huge range of female pleasures and the different ways women experience it? Getting S3 pleasure when it comes to oral S3 is at the top of the list for dreams. Both men and women who offer the perfect mix of closeness and pleasure that not many other acts can match the length of a woman's orgasm can change. Big changes from a quick 3 seconds to 51 seconds straight. And yes, women can discharge, but it's important to know that ejaculate that shoots out one is not the same as the other. Anus, which has 8,000 nerve ends. There are twice as many as the penis is the center of female pleasure and holds the key to many women's orgasm. Still, only 18% of women can reach entry alone for an orgasm. Stressing how important it is to explore other kinds of input when a woman orgasms, her whole brain turns into all cylinders are fully working, and she was always ready for more. Pleasure measure right after that. However, despite this chance for about 30% of women have more than one orgasm. Report having trouble getting to the end, and 1 in 10 women has never been through an orgasm at all for a lot of shallow. Most of the time, entry is more enjoyable. It gently awakens the G-spot. Area instead of counting on deep. Sometimes there is less entry, enjoyable when it comes to relationships. Couples who are committed often have more often and more satisfying orgasms. When compared to casual flings, the overtime, getting close can lead to a stronger link in the bedroom, making every interaction more important. Another private thing that women like to do? Enjoy is getting soft kisses while it's a kind thing to do. Sleep. Strengthens the bond between two people. Getting to know each other's dreams can be an exciting way to get closer to your partner together, and talk to each other openly is absolutely necessary for finding out what really makes everyone pleased. Fake, having realistic ideas about how you look can really hurt your self-esteem. Most of all, in the bedroom, let yourself be vulnerable so you can connect deeply. For guys who keep their groins clean, well-groomed people can not only comfort, but also make the general experience for both of the women partners is interested in guys who take care of, they hurt themselves physically, and while a well-kept beard can make you look better. Appeal, and so can staying busy. Fitness is a big part of getting girls. Women are naturally attracted to guys who play games or have an active lifestyle. Way of life, even if they don't have a yao eye when it comes to bodybuilding physique, position 69 of S3 are all about sensations that give both partners. Having the chance to feel happy at the same time. On the other hand, doggy style is a favorite of many guys because to how deeply it lets you penetrate, which can make them happier. Every job has its own unique advantages, and trying out with being in different places can help keep the passion strong in your relationship. Thanks. Thank you for joining us on this interesting journey. Take a trip through the world of S3 What do you have? Health and well-being. We'd love to hear what you've learned so far. Tell me one thing you've learned, those things you want to use in your own life. Share your thoughts and leave a comment if you liked this video. Please write your feedback below. Don't forget to follow, like, and share. Go to our YouTube feed to see more. Your information is insightful, and I appreciate your support. It means the world to us, and we eagerly anticipate continue reading for more mind-blowing information and advice for the future. Thank you for being a part of our community. Your engagement helps us continue to provide valuable content for our audience. Let us know how we can further support you on your journey to S3 health and well-being.